Previously on Up at Noon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Up at Noon. I'm Greg Miller, and things are quite different here. The teleprompter's been turned off. Our studio is cleared out, our crew is gone, and by the time you see this, IGN will officially be covering E3 in LA. See, to do that, we need to send all the Up at Noon cameras and teleprompters and things down there, most of the people too. So, I wouldn't let them just cancel the show, though. Instead, I decided I'm going to cobble together a show using these cameras and this crowd and a little bit of cardboard and a whole lot of luck. So I hope you're ready for a huge, huge, little tiny, adorable show for you today. Joining me, it's the voice of Spider-Man himself, Josh Keaton. He's here to talk about how he gets his voice in practically every video game known to man. But first, news you care about. Thank you. That's good. All right. A pornography app has been removed from Google Glass, so I guess you'll just have to go back to jerking off to literally everything else you own. Remember me? Nope. Halo Spartan Assault is coming to Windows 8 gaming platforms. Unfair. Damn it! We can't even rewind. All right, stop. Hold on. No, come back. You got to be here still. There you go. Yeah, all right. But get the words. There we go. Keep all this. I'm editing it, so it doesn't really matter. Halo Spartan Assault is coming to Windows 8 gaming platforms. Unfortunately, Halo fans are not. Don't want to play it on that is for sure. A company named Vinport is releasing a Star Trek-inspired wine collection. What? A company named Vinport is releasing a Star Trek-inspired wine collection. Finally, a way to make wine drinking alone even more depressing than it already is. Beam me up, Zoloff! And finally, you've heard his voice in just about every game imaginable. He's Ocelot in that there Metal Gear. He's Jack in Jak and Daxter. He is none other than Josh Keaton! As I live and breathe! Josh Keaton.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
How much do you hate The Last of Us? You figure Naughty Dog, they make these Jak and Daxter games. They haven't made one in forever. You're the voice of Jak.
Right.
They start making Jak 4. Everything's on track. They go watch this BBC documentary and they're like, oh, we'll make Last of Us. You've got to be like, I hope this game bombs out. So then I get back on the Jak train.
See, I didn't even know they were making a Jak 4. Maybe
it's early. It's pre-production.
Okay, cool. But I am doing some work in The Last of Us. So
What'd you do in The Last of Us?
Just incidental stuff. Like when you hear people in the background, that's me.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people
there's
floating around the background.
Tons of it.
Did you have to do like clicker noises? Were you like?
Not noises like that, but mainly just. I don't really want to give away anything in the game, but I mean, there are people that you're going to run into, and probably a few of them.
All right, so far we've covered that you weren't the voice for Jak 4, a game that got canceled, and you are a background character.
Yes, I'm a background
We're
character.
not doing a good job of establishing who you are to people.
Not at all.
Run me through your career, some of the people. You're a voice actor here, some of the people you've been. Go.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan in Green Lantern. Jack Darby in Transformers Prime. Young Hercules in the Disney movie.
That's the one that got a yell.
Yeah, all right, man, I'm there. All right.
Green Lantern, who the f*** is that?
Hey, man, you should watch the show.
No, I'm the
DC
DC nerd. I know. How do you feel about that?
I'm bummed about it.
So you weren't in the Jak game that didn't
Wasn't
happen.
in the Jak game.
Background
Green Lantern
character
got
canceled show.
Spectacular Spider-Man got canceled. Yeah, I can just keep going on. But I mean, that's the business.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long you been doing this voice acting business?
Since I was actually a little kid. Like I started out as a child actor, and I was an on-camera actor. And so back when I was a little kid auditioning, They didn't really have a lot of parts for young people because they usually have adult women play boy voices in video. They didn't have video game voice acting back then, but like in cartoons and stuff. But every now and then a part would come along where they actually wanted to audition real kids. So I did some stuff back then. I was Linus in some Peanuts stuff, and I was in the Peter Pan and the Pirates with Tim Curry.
Okay.
And he was Captain Hook.
Yeah.
And Back to the Future. Back to the Future, I actually lost a couple teeth on Back to the Future.
How the hell did that happen?
Well, there were two sons. I don't know if you watched the third Back.
Yes.
Of course, you watched the Back to. Everybody here. Okay. Yeah. So yes, thank you.
3, man.
Awesome. So that guy may contain awesome, by the way. It says so on his shirt.
We only have 2 cameras and no teleprompter. They can't see him.
Okay. Well, then you'll just have to
Here, hold
rely
on.
me.
I'll take a photo of him from this, and then
No, don't.
No, it's
this is
fine.
taken
This
away
is
from
the B-roll.
Taken away from me.
Hey, man, let me take off my
No, that's you've had your moment of fame. Go ahead.
I'm the guest.
Back to the Future 3.
Okay, so Back to the Future 3, he had 2 sons.
Yeah.
Never really expanded upon, and there was the brainy one, Jules, and the brainy one, Jules, and the troublemaker, Vern.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it was with the 2 actors. I was the dork, and he was the one that was always pushing me to do like stuff that would get us both in trouble.
Yeah.
So there was a big pool table at the studio. And we were little, and we didn't actually want to like learn how to play billiards or anything like that. So we thought it was more fun to just like see who could fling the balls across the fling the balls across the pool table the fastest and the hardest, flinging the balls. But yeah, man, one of them just popped up off the table and smacked me in the face, and I didn't really realize anything had happened. And it's one of those things where the little kid hurts himself, and it's not until he actually looks and sees that he hurt himself that So that happened. I lost this and this, busted them, and
They were some baby teeth?
No, they were permanent teeth. Yeah, they were permanent teeth. So I have half real, half fake on this. I can Dumb and Dumber it out if I wanted to.
Don't do that.
But I remember it came back to haunt me in the end because I think I'd been working on Spectacular Spider-Man for 3 episodes. And by this time, this wasn't too long ago, so 2008.
Yeah.
So I'm already closer to my current age. And I wake up one morning. I feel cold in my mouth. I'm like, huh? What? And I spit out my piece of tooth.
Ugh.
And I have to go record. And all of a sudden, I sound like this. And I have to call my agent, and I'm like, I have to go to the dentist today because my tooth kind of fell out. So should I still go to Spider-Man? Should I still try to make it there? They're like, no.
They'll write it into the script that Peter bit himself.
Well, they kind of did that.
Did they really?
Well, not for that, but
okay.
there was one where he burns his tongue on coffee, and I hold my tongue, man. That was actually the hardest voiceover thing I think I've had to do, was actually talk with my tongue in my mouth.
Man, the horrors of this job.
Or no, with my tongue in my hand. Wow, I can't even get the anatomy right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're beautiful. You don't have to worry about it.
Thank you.
So yeah, how did you get started? You talk about the Spectacular Spider-Man,
Yes.
but you've been Spider-Man in Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, video game stuff too, a whole bunch of different Spider-Man stuff. How did you get hooked up with the role to begin with?
Well, the first thing that I did was the Spider-Man movie game, the first one.
Sure.
And I recorded the entire game, and then they ended up getting approval to use Toby for the game.
Mother.
Well, they didn't want to scrap all the audio that they had done with me, so they put in a hidden play mode that you unlock when you beat the game once, and then you get to play as Harry in the Green Goblin suit. So they basically made my voice Harry in the Green Goblin suit.
Oh.
It's really just another Spidey playthrough in a different suit.
Sure.
And after that, I was kind of like the de facto Harry. So when the Spider-Man 2 game came out, I was Harry in that. Friend or Foe, I was Harry in that. And the one that was Spider-Man in that was James Arnold Taylor, who was Harry in Spectacular Spider-Man. So all incestuous.
Yeah. Once you get in the Spider-Man family, you're stuck there forever.
But then I booked the role for caught. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good up at noon.
But yeah, so Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I booked that role, and I'd been wanting to book Spider-Man for a long time. So I mean, I wasn't really bummed that I couldn't play him in the first game because I was Harry. Because I was like, at this point, I'd never played Spider-Man. So I was like, well, at least I still got to be in the game. And then when Spectacular Spider-Man came around, I booked that, and that was freaking awesome. It was like a dream come true. And that was so critically well received that they really just started coming to me for some of these things. So for Shattered Dimensions, for Edge of Time, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a bunch of these things, I just reprised the role and had a great time doing it.
Is that a dream for you? We had Nolan North on last week, and he talked about Deadpool and how he has to play Deadpool and everything now.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like for me personally, again, I would sell out at the drop of a hat, and I will just come be whatever be. I'll be ambush bug the rest of my life. I don't care.
Yeah.
Are
I would definitely say Spider-Man is one of my sellout roles. If I could do nothing but play Spider-Man at various ages of his life, like that's hell yeah.
Give me a really old Spider-Man.
Well, basically, it would probably. That's really old. Like if you could hear him in Edge of Time. Like I played the CEO when he's old Peter and he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's seen everybody die, but he's still, there's a somberness to him, at least in there. I'm not really sure what the stories would take him to somewhere else, but it'd be a very different portrayal than my very happy-go-lucky, up-in-the-air, Spider-Man.
That's Spider-Man right there.
Yeah,
You're doing some Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
Whoa!
Do you do that in the booth?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Wow.
I like to move around in the booth. I like to physicalize as much as I can. I make it a point to not go in wearing anything that'll make noise because they pick all that out.
So just naked.
Naked,
yeah.
Completely butt naked.
Yeah, let's get the real
sometimes a
Spider-Man.
onesie, but usually naked.
What do you?
That's actually not a lie if I'm recording from home because I have a studio at home and I have a booth at home and.
Such a rough job.
Sometimes I just do it naked.
Such a rough job.
Because I can.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sometimes I do Up at Noon naked. People have seen it.
Nice. Nice.
So let's talk about the future.
All right.
Because right now all we know is that you're unemployed and you keep getting put on projects that don't go anywhere. What's your next big project? What do you have coming up in the video game or cartoon world?
I'm going to be in a movie. No, not a movie. I'm going to be in a video game called Knack for the PS4.
The PlayStation 4.
Yes.
Now, are you playing the little coil guy?
I am not playing the little coil guy. I'm playing, surprise, surprise, a 15-year-old.
Ah, man.
Typecast.
So, who's this 15-year-old in Knack?
He is. He's the kid character. He's the one that's got to make his journey and figure himself out, and he's more of a supporting character to the whole thing. But you see a lot of it through his eyes. Okay. Mostly through Knack because it's called Knack.
Let's dial it back. Yeah. What the is Knack? At the PlayStation 4 demo they show it. Yes. They also show a bunch of polygons falling from the air. But then they show Knack and it's the little coil dude and he's jumping around doing his thing.
Right. But he can also get big and small and like all kinds of stuff. And I really have no idea what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. But it's gonna be a lot more of a platformer than what we've been seeing in the video game industry a lot, which is awesome to me because I love games like that. Like I grew up playing Mario Brothers and I mean, pretty much, yeah. Mario. I loved playing. One of the newer ones that I liked playing was Rayman. I loved Rayman Origins. Yeah. I liked, but I love platformers. I love having a level and going through and actually needing to have a little bit of skill to get through it.
Sure. See, I have zero skill, so I don't like any of that.
See, I just lock myself in my room and.
Then you're just naked doing VO.
Naked doing VO.
Yeah.
Just
it's a good life. It's a good life.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for coming by.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Would you like to go smash a pinata?
Why would you even ask me that? Of course I want to smash a pinata.
Go. You're all coming too.
Are you going to smash pinata? Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, thanks, Josh, for coming on the show. Good stuff. The good people from Guild Wars 2, though, they sent a Dragon Pinata to celebrate Dragon Bash 2013. It's in Guild Wars on Tuesday. So if you're watching this on Monday, thank you for your support. So sweet. But then on Tuesday, go to Guild Wars 2, playing Dragon Bash. You actually were in the original Guild Wars.
Yes, I was.
You were a big deal in that one.
I was the male hero. So
again,
if you played as a dude, you were me.
Again,
so that must have been weird.
Another game you weren't in.
Yes.
Didn't get called back for, Guild Wars 2.
I must have really pissed some people off.
We're going to spin you around here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Beat the hell out of it. Don't hit me. All right. No.
Okay. All right, gotta use the spider sense.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Up at Noon. Remember, the first hour, this is like, Jesus. I'm getting low. There you go. One more. There you go. All right. Okay, or a million more. Whatever you want, Josh Keaton. All right.
Did I get it?
No, you've hit it a few times, but you couldn't bring it down. We'll bring in somebody else. So anyways, watch all IGN's E3 coverage this week. It's been great. Come back for Up at Noon every Monday here on IGN. Remember, if you want to be in our audience, just like those people were, go.ign.com/Up at Noon for details. We'll be back next Monday. But until then, we're going back to bed. You trucker!